Martez 909 and welcome to the Martez cooking show. I hope you're hungry. Hello and welcome to Martez's kitchen. Now what's happening this week, I've actually given up playing music and now I'm a chef. So tonight I'll be making one of my favourite dishes of all time, mussels a la Martez. It's basically just steamed mussels with my name put on it. Now the thing you have to know about when you're cooking mussels is two things actually. Make sure they're alive when you put them in the pot and make sure they're clean, because if you see here, you know some mussels collect a wee beard around the side and sometimes barnacles. They taste really bad, you know, so make sure you give them a wee scrub and scrape the barnacles off before you put them in the pot. And the way to test if they're alive is if the mussels are already open, you know, and just give them a wee tap on the counter as such. And if you can see the mussels starting to close over and it's still alive, like this beauty here. So once it's nicely closed over, we just put it in that basin of clean cold water and we just get rid of that beard that seems to collect inside the shell. Just cut that away with a sharp knife and the barnacles. Just scrape them away with a sharp knife, because that's something you don't really want in the pan. That should do that one. Go to the next one. This one's already closed, so there's no beard around the outside, so we'll just give it a wee quick rinse in the water. Onto the plate. That's two up now. Right, so after we've finished cleaning the mussels here, we can see we've got a nice generous portion there. That'll do well for our supper. And as I explained before about checking if they're alive, here we've got some ones I've discarded because they've failed to close when I give them a tap, so they're dead. So just discard them, throw them out, don't eat them, otherwise you'll end up with food poisoning, something serious like that. So we'll just move over here to the cooker, and what I've got here is just a pan. It's just heating up, and what I'm going to use in it, if you pan over here, is some sunflower oil for starters. And we're going to put some white wine vinegar, a wee splash of soy sauce, and something I've been using a lot of cooking recently is Thai fish sauce, and it's really salty, so it's a really good substitute for salt. And plus the mussels are full of sea salt anyway, so it doesn't require much salt either. Apart from that, all I'm going to add is some chopped shallots and some roughly chopped chilli. Into the oil I'm going to put some crushed garlic, and after the mussels, everything being steamed away, I'm just going to put some roughly chopped parsley just for some garnish. So here we go, hot pan, so just straight in with the oil. And no exact quantities here, but we're talking about maybe 2 tablespoonfuls of oil. Just wait for that heats up a wee bit, make sure you use a whole pan. Yeah, so straight in the pan, some crushed garlic. This will start to sizzle nicely right away. Now for this recipe I'm going to use 2 cloves, which is a wee bit much for some people, but I really love my garlic. Right, so that's one. A wee cloves anyway, you know. Right, so once that's in, just make sure it reacts with the oil and starts to fry. And you must make sure the pan's really hot before you add the mussels, because the mussels, when they add to the pan, you just want to open right away. You know? So we'll just add the shallots and the chilli. And we're just going to kind of bring this to the boil. Shove it around the pan just like that. And right away from this recipe you can smell the onions, the garlic, the chilli, the oil, all very nice. And as soon as you start to see wee bits of the onion turning brown, it's time to just go straight in with the mussels. And very coarsely just scrape the pan like that. And as soon as they're in, just put the lid on right away and let them steam away for approximately, this amount of mussels I'd say maybe 2.5 to 3 minutes. So already you can see the steam reacting inside the pot here. And just to make sure the juices react throughout the mussel, just give it a wee rough shake and back on the heat. And this is when I take the opportunity to have some of my favourite tipple, which is Iron Brew. Of course, if you're French you'd be having this with wine, but you don't have any wine at the moment. Okay, it's been simmering away for 2 minutes now. I'm just going to lift the lid off and add the rest of the sauce. So you can see the mussels already nicely opening up there, so just straight in with the white wine vinegar. A good dash of soy. And some fish sauce. Good liberal dosing of fish sauce there. And then just back on with the lid for another 30 seconds, give it a nice good shake. Okay, so that's just about done there, and just lift the lid off again. You see it nicely bubbling away there. In the last minute just add some roughly chopped parsley. Just all around the plate, all around the bowl there. And there we have it, that's it. That's it all done. We just lift that off the heat. I'm using the spatula, I just lift the mussels straight out the pan into a serving bowl. And of course we're going to pour the sauce in here as well. Oh, look at them, they're beauties, aren't they? Make sure you get all the mussels in there. In fact, I think we're going to need another bowl. Okay, so I'm just going to try one just now. Let's go for this one here. And even if they're open slightly, that's okay, you know. So you just open it like that. Magic. Absolute magic. Okay, next week I'm going to tackle lobster thermidor.